All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky. In today's video, I'm going to give you my Season 14 first impressions, my Day 1 impressions. So, to start off, this is more like a mid-year season, so you shouldn't expect a ton out of it. Obviously, in Destiny's past blueprint, they've had the comets that would come down. They were meant to be like the big releases in September at this time. Now it's going to be in February, I believe. So things are changing, obviously, since the 6 years ago when Destiny came out, or 7 years, I guess now. Um, but this season actually has some serious promise to it. It looks like they're going with the content drip route. So at the start, it doesn't feel like there's a ton to do, but there's plenty enough new stuff that you're not going to get it all done in day one. I mean, I played for like 14 hours the first day. I was having so much fun. I lost track of time, and I had a ton of fun. We got the new sidearm, the cryosthesia. That thing is actually really good. And it's kind of scary because I don't want to get frozen anymore in Crucible. But it's actually pretty good, and I think we're going to see it more and more. I don't know if it'll be top 10 meta, maybe at first because it's just popular, but overall, I think that with time, shotguns will probably be a little bit more stronger than it. But we'll see. Time will tell. This thing could actually stick around and could very well be viable in trials. And I would be definitely sad if I got frozen even more because of a sidearm. But again, only time will tell. Next up, they had a ton of stuff in Eververse. I mean, all of the stuff you can see in Eververse was crazy. There's all kinds of new ornaments, and obviously Bungie is going all in, and people are a bit, skeptical about the Eververse stuff. They're like, hey, we're paying for the season pass, now we have to pay for this stuff too. But this seems to be the blueprint that Bungie is getting away with, and it does well for them, I guess, and it is what it is, I guess. I don't think we're getting any changes from that. We tried so hard. We rallied really, really heavily on Reddit and everywhere else across social media and about transmog, and zero response, zero change from Bungie. They're just like, no, we're sticking our foot down. We're sticking to transmog the way it is. And transmog is here this season, and it is a real fucking grind. I mean, it is a real grind to get that stuff. And it's definitely, I mean, it's cool having the complete customizability, don't get me wrong, but the grind is a bit yikes. And the fact that after you've done the grind, you essentially just unlock the ornament. It's just like, it was just this entirely like convoluted system just to create money for them and to make it really complex way to unlock transmog. Seems a bit frustrating, but it's whatever. It is a good addition to the game, so I'm not going to complain about it. And I do like the new shader system as well. The new seasonal mods, there's a ton of great new seasonal mods. I love seeing new champion stop mods like Unstoppable, Anti-Barrier, Overload. It's fun seeing a rotation of them as well. I know we've had like Unstoppable hand cannon for like ever. It's nice to see like Overload hand cannon now. I love to see some changes and stuff like that. And I like the new seasonal mods. There's that new grenade one that seems insane and actually works with Anarchy. I'm going to make a video talking about that soon. So really exciting to see that. You can actually debuff bosses with the Anarchy. That's going to be an insane season. Needless to say, Atheon is getting hit with a good amount of Anarchy. All right? Trust that. Along with that, speaking about Atheon, the Vex Mythoclast is going to be coming back. Really exciting. And all the new VoG weapons we still haven't even got to touch yet because VoG isn't out yet. It's out in 10 days from now. Really cool to see how many new weapons we're already chasing after now. And when Vault of Glass comes back, we'll get to chase after those weapons too. And speaking of new weapons, the Override Europa has a ton of new weapons for you to chase after. And the activity is actually pretty cool and pretty challenging. I don't know about you, but I kind of like it. I like the visuals. I like the aesthetic of it. And the overall challenge of it is pretty easy, but if you do actually like spec your character out and you have a team that specs it out, you can melt through the entire activity really fast. So it has all the elements that I like. I still don't know if you can insta-melt the boss because he has 3 damage phases, but it looks like you might be able to bypass it potentially if you had like 6 Titans with the Cure-Ass chest piece. I don't know. I'll have to test that out at some point in time. If someone gets a clip of that and completely melts the boss in the Override Europa encounter, let me know because I would love to see that. Along with that, the Crucible has that Crucible-specific hand cannon, the Survivor's Epitaph. That seems like a lot of fun to use. I enjoyed using it, and it's cool to see a 180 kind of hang in there in the meta. I don't know if it's going to be top 10 necessarily, but it'll definitely be worth chasing after. And, if you play any Crucible at all, you're going to get one of these to drop. And if you can get one with Kill Clip, you're going to have a pretty nasty roll. Along with the specific weapons, you also have the Plug 1.1, and then there's also a Gambit SMG, which I haven't played any Gambit yet. I didn't have any time to play Gambit, and not to mention, no offense to Gambit, but I didn't really want to play any Gambit. I was going to save that for last unless I absolutely have to play Gambit. And so the Plug 1.1 does have some serious potential. It has that Reservoir perk, and that is going to be super, super strong, even more strong than the Ritual Fusion that's going to be handed to everyone. So cool to grind for that as well. And then on top of that, there's so many other good weapons. Like I can sit here and talk about all these weapons all day. Chroma Rush, auto rifle. There was those bugs, and then finally they've gotten through those bugs now. The last word is insane now. The Deathbringer has a catalyst. The sidearm has a catalyst. I'm still grinding out for the sidearm catalyst for the Cryosthesia. That is a real grind. Those 200 activity completions. What the hell is that all about? Stasis has been made way more powerful with some of these aspects. I don't know what Bungie is thinking. They're nerfing it in some aspects, in some side of it rather, and then they're bringing out these crazy new aspects. I'm like, what the hell was it? What? Why would you buff the grenade so strong already? But who knows, man? Who knows? And other than that, that's pretty much everything from day one from my experience overall. Let me know what your experience was like. Obviously, there's so much in the world of Destiny that it's very hard to, encompass everything, in one play session. And it's very hard to give a fair criticism of the entirety of Season 14 off of one day's playtime. So I will give my full opinions maybe about 2 weeks into it, what I think of it. But of course, this season unfolds with time. So, honestly, you can only really give your true judgment after the season's over or towards the end of the season. But overall, this is a good start, minus the error codes. I know that was like one of the most catastrophic starts to the game. You had to delete your friends in order to get in the game. But that aside, so far the season is actually looking really good, and I think that Bungie is finding a good rhythm where they can do these seasonal events and content releases, and it actually is pretty exciting for the community as a whole. And I just hope that they can get through this launch, iron out the kinks of these launches, these launch bugs, because it seems like every time there's some new content drop, there's just disastrous, and this is a mid-season drop. This isn't even like the big one, so hopefully they can fix that eventually. But at this point in time, it is what it is, and I had fun on day one. Let me know in the comment section below, are you enjoying the season? Are you excited looking at the roadmap? Are you excited for what you see out there? And are you interested in playing throughout the entirety of the season, or how long do you think the season will keep your attention? So that's going to be a wrap for this video, though. I'll be reading all the comments. Subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.